You've probably never heard of these really easy ways to boost your sales on Vinted. Hello, welcome. I am Rose, I'm here with Seller Ada, and today I'm going to be going over a few tips for you to get more sales on Vinted without using their paid features and using Seller Ada instead. Tip number one, you have to increase your engagement on Vinted if you're gonna get more sales. Vinted has a social side to it just like Depop and Poshmark, and by engaging with other users it's going to help you promote your own listings, sell more items. The more engagement you have on your Vinted, the more you're going to sell. And the more you engage with other people that you follow, the more likely they're going to check out your shop, which therefore means you're gonna, get more sales. Basically, the more you engage, the better it's going to be for you. But the annoying thing is engagement takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. If you're using Vinted as like a side hustle, just for you to make a little bit more money, getting that engagement in takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. You have to be there commenting, liking, all sorts on people's listings, but this can be cut in half by using Seller Ada's Grow Bot tool. It helps boost your engagement without you really having to do any of the work. So what Seller Ada would help you do, or if you want to do this yourself, just some tips as well. Following other Vinted users, so maybe on the explore page, if you like the look of some pieces, maybe give the person a follow. Try and follow kind of as many people as you can, because most likely they'll follow you back, they'll check out your shop, you might get some money out of it, you might sell some things. Making sure you're putting in the effort, making that first move to follow people will really help them then see your shop, follow you back, and then you're going to make more money. If you've had loads of likes on an item, reach out to the people that have liked your item, send them a little text, lower your price slightly for the people that have liked them. If it's something you're really trying to sell, maybe do it to a lot of people. Maybe on the things that have had less likes, reach out to those people so maybe it can get boosted on the algorithm a little bit more. I can't talk today. Boosted on the algorithm a little bit more. You want to try and have as much conversation with your followers, the people who like your items, the people who have seen your items the most. Edit your listings. This is really handy. Just go into your listing, maybe add a couple keywords into the description, change the price slightly, rename it, like make the title a little bit different, edit it very slightly, because it then means that every person who has liked your item already will get a notification of that item you've edited. Lower your pricing slightly will always help you as well, and also building a good relationship with all your followers will 100% help you as a shop. Like, it will be a bit more official. You won't just be like a person selling, it will be a bit more official on what you're selling. They'll get a better experience out of what you're selling. You'll probably get better feedback, better reviews if you treat it with like professionalism. Number two, you want to optimize your Vinted listing. This is really important. The way you list your item is literally the sell or not sell. Like, you want your listing to look really good, worded really well, have everything really accurate on it. You want to make sure the Vinted listing is 10 out of 10. Obviously, you're competing with thousands of other listings on the app and thousands of other people who are probably selling the exact same thing that you're selling. So this is why you want to make sure yours stands out. And the way you're going to do this is by taking high quality photos. This is like the number one thing for Vinted. You do not want to be using a bad photo, because people are only going to see the item through the photo. So if you're taking a bad photo, I would say no one's going to buy it, because it shows. If you put effort into the way you take your picture, people are like, oh, she takes a good picture, it looks clean. You want to make sure your background's clean, it's white. You don't want to be taking it like on your beds at night. You want to make sure the lighting, the background, everything is looking really nice, and the picture is like 10 out of 10 quality. Also, another way to just boost it, if you can, modelling the piece of clothing that you're trying to sell will 100% help you, because obviously it then gives the buyer an idea of what it's going to look like on them. Like, if you can model it, that would be an amazing thing to do, but it does take time. So just hang it on a hanger, make sure it's nice and straight, just make sure you've got really good lighting, a really good background, nice clean background, nice crisp clear photo. You don't need like fancy equipment, take it in natural sunlight, that's completely fine. Just make sure it's a crisp photo. Also, kind of as important as the photos, you want to make sure your description is very detailed, very accurate. You want to make sure you list all the information the buyer needs to know in the description, like size, material, how many times you've worn it, whether it's sheer, whether it's really thick, I don't know. You want to make sure you're really accurate with the way you sell it, the way you describe it. If you're modelling it, like I said, you want to list your height, maybe your dress size as well, just so then the buyer can see maybe they're like a size 12, you're like a size 8. Obviously that's going to be a bit tighter on them than it is on you. If they're 5'10", you're 5'5", it's going to obviously be a lot shorter on them than it is you. So you want to be really accurate, really detailed, give as much information as you can, because the more information the buyer's going to get, the more they're going to make that good decision whether they buy it. Because sometimes if you sell something and someone's not happy with it, it then comes back to you, and that's a whole process which you don't want to get into. So make sure you are really detailed, really accurate, don't lie in your description, make sure you're accurate, you're detailed, and everything you say is correct. And lastly, you want to make sure the price is really good, accurate, not unfair, a happy price on your listing. Definitely compare your items with other items similar on Vinted to see what type of price you should put on your listing. Don't just guess, because realistically guessing is never going to work. You're probably going to underprice massively or overprice massively. So you want to make sure your price is right, it's accurate. You don't want to oversell because it's not going to sell, it's just going to sit on your page for ages. And you don't want to undersell because otherwise you're going to lose or out on some money. Next, let's talk about bumping and relisting your items. This is a really easy way and quick way to remind your buyers, your customers of what you're selling, and also bump your items then gets it out on the algorithm a lot easier. Therefore, more people that don't follow you, have never seen you, don't even know anything about your profile, will then see your items. Bumping is what I'd always recommend. If you're trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff, bumping your profile would be incredible, because it will just show loads, like thousands of people your profile who have never seen your profile, never seen your items, never bought anything from you. And if what you're selling is quite similar to what they're looking for, very likely you'll get a purchase, a buyer out of it. The only downside to bumping is that it's not free. You have to pay to bump your Vinted, which is really annoying. Relisting kind of does the same thing. It's not as good as bumping, but obviously you have to pay per item you want to bump on Vinted, so it can get a little bit pricey. And if you're trying to make money, it can be a little bit counterintuitive sometimes to then pay to bump. So what I'd recommend is relisting your items. So delete your current items, then re-upload them, change the description slightly, maybe take some new photos, maybe lower the price slightly, just change a couple things about it, relist it. Then that means whoever follows you will get a notification that you've uploaded something new. And also you can message your followers saying like, oh, I've uploaded a bunch of new things, even though they're not new, but they are new because you've relisted them. So if they're really low on your profile and they haven't sold and you're like, I really want to sell these, then you can relist them. They'll be at the top of your profile, nice and fresh. All your followers will see them, and therefore maybe you'll get a sale out of it. The only downside to relisting is it can take a little bit more time than bumping, but it kind of depends. Either you pay to bump or you take a little bit more time and relist them. Same sort of outcome, I think. On to the next one, cross-listing. Cross-listing is like your best friend. If you can sell your item on multiple different platforms, you're like 90% more likely to sell said item if you've got it in more places than one. It does take a lot of time, but it is completely worth it. And luckily enough, Seller Ada is a cross-listing app. So you'll be able to select your Vinted listings, and then Seller Ada will take them off to other platforms, and all the hard work, all the time just gets done for you. You do not have to worry about it. Seller Ada sorts that out for you, which I love. It makes it literally so efficient, so much easier. I used to list on Vinted, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, sometimes even eBay, and I do it all myself. It would take hours. So then when Seller Ada bought this out, I was like, this is what I need. This is what I need. Really recommend using Seller Ada's app to cross-list your items. And good places to cross-list from Vinted are Depop, Poshmark, eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Like I said, that's kind of where I've always cross-listed anyway, but Seller Ada does it all for you. So then now I don't have to go to each individual app, listing the item, putting the description in, copy and pasting, finding all the right pictures, setting all the price. Like, it takes hours doing it manually. So Seller Ada sorts that out for you within like minutes rather than hours and days. And the best part is that when an item sells, you can automatically get rid of all the other listings on, like, say you sell it on Depop, you can get rid of the listing on Vinted, eBay, Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace. So then that also does it all for you. You don't have to go onto each app, find the listing, then delete it. Saves you loads and loads of time. And if you're really trying to take your reselling business seriously, and also just, even if it's not, you're not taking it that seriously, if you're just trying to make a lot of money and save a lot of time, which who isn't, Seller Ada will really help you out with that. Anyway, that is all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Go check out Seller Ada. The stuff we do is amazing. I really recommend it. I'm not even being biased. I do really recommend it. If you're trying to take your reselling seriously, make a lot of money, Seller Ada has got your back. We've got your back. Make sure to give the video a like, comment down below your favourite platform to sell on, and subscribe if you want some more tips and help on boosting your reselling business. Check out sellerada.com for more and to help you sell better, save time, make more money. Sellerada's got your back, so definitely go check out sellerada.com, and we will see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.